Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday morning here. It's Sunday, January 9th. Got through the first week here of the new year. Just finished taking the boys for a nice walk. It's beautiful outside today, and they had breakfast, and now I see them. They're laying side by side out on the lawn. They have this big lawn, and every time I look out, they are just like a couple of pieces of firewood out there, either side by side or one with their other's head over their back. They are really precious. I had a great day yesterday. It was a long day. I'm never complaining about the one-on-one days. It's a long day. I mean, it was pretty much 12 solid hours of talking to people, visiting people. But they are all so cool, and everybody has such interesting stories and lives that it's really makes for a wonderful day, just sharing life experiences and support through dark things and excitement through really cool things that are happening. So I really loved that. I'm going to spend the day, get ready for it. I'm going to be spending the day trimming all my roses back. It's time to get in there and really give them a good cut. And I did a few the other day, but I got quite a few to go. And I might wear gloves. It's really hard to get in to do the little nuances you need to do when you got gloves on. But I'll just be super careful because there's nothing worse than finishing up and you look down, you look like a mini stigmata going on here. So I thought I would share a little piece of music with us today and then get to work. Now, I'm going to do a song from an album of absolutely one of my favorite people in this business. The first time we actually played together, I think he came in and played on some of the Mike Post TV shows that we were doing, because a lot of guys were involved in those days, prior to really hitting it. Bruce Hornsby used to do some of the sessions with Mike, and this guy already had an amazing reputation, but he loves playing and he loves working on all kinds of music. So he was friends with Mike, and he said, "Come on down and play." And it was really great having him there. And that's the incredibly great Michael McDonald. I mean, one of the great voices of contemporary music, incredible writer, incredible musician. And just absolutely and a really fine artist too. His paintings are really great. But just all around a really great guy. His wife, Amy, is incredible. Known her for a long, long time and stuff. So we did an album. I worked on an album of his called Wide Open. I was working on a project in Nashville, and they asked me to come in and do a track with them on it. And this was back in 2017. And the fun for this album, it was produced by Michael and Shannon Forrest. Now, the last tour I did with Toto, Shannon was the drummer on it, and Shannon is a fantastic, fantastic drummer. It was such a joy to tour with him, with Toto, to really be able to dig in and play with this guy. Because usually in sessions, he does a song or two and that's it, but to spend a couple hours on stage with this guy really killing it was just bitchin'. And the album was recorded and mixed by Shannon. And it was really a lot of fun. Now, the track that I'm going to play is called Dark Side. And it's myself, Shannon Forrest on drums, Dan Huff on acoustic and electric guitars, Dave Levita on electric guitar, Larry Goldings on B3, and Ilya Toshinsky on guitar also. But it's a beautiful atmosphere, some really cool programming on this, and it was just really a treat just to go out, kind of out to Shannon's place, hang out in the country, and do this track. We had a great evening together. It was really fun. So I'm just going to go ahead and play. So this is Dark Side from the album Wide Open, Michael McDonald. Beatles-esque at this point.
On this question
What a voice.
of love and trust, I used to think us much too serious, but that was wrong for I lay drowning in the thought of you. Heart to the flame is an easy throw. There's so much more than first we know. So you have to lose all you have to give to learn the truth. Some things we learn come easy, and there's some things that don't. We're bound to learn the hard way. Love has no pride. We all know love is blind, only see what we want. We found out all too soon. Love has a dark side. Yeah. You learn to give up, to let go. How can always find its way back home? But now you're different, 'cause you've been there, and now you know. Some things we learn come easy, and there's some things that don't. How we love to learn the hard way. Love has no pride. We all know love is blind. We only see what we want. We find out all too soon. Love has a dark side. Sometimes we see it coming, sometimes we don't. There's no time to walk away. We just let it ride. We finally reach the point of no turning back. You got your silver lining, but that's a dark side. Yeah. Oh, just be on Eden's gate. Lies the dark and frozen away. Oh no, somehow we're bound to cross the range of view. It takes one to make the other seem real. No, no, some things we learn come easy, and there's some things that don't. We love to learn the hard way. Love has no pride. We all know love is blind. We only see what we want. You're bound to learn somehow. Love has a dark side. Sometimes we see it coming, sometimes we don't. But there's still time to walk away. We just let it ride. We finally reach the point of no turning back. You're bound to walk the line. Love has a dark side.
I love it. And Michael, it's just, he's got the pipes, that timbre, everything, and his phrasing. It's just so beautiful, and just it's a great piece of production. Shannon is so great to work with, and all the musicians involved on this. I mean, that group of guitarists, Dan Huff and Dave Levita and Elia, are amazing, and Larry Goldings is such a fabulous keyboard player. So it was fun. It was always a joy. Anytime I get to see any of those people or play with them is my life's a little better that day. I'll say that. So I think I'm going to move on to something else right now. I think it's important to lead by example, and I just wanted to say that I've talked so much about getting vaccinated, how important it was, and I had both Moderna shots and the Moderna booster shot, and I've talked about this. Well, when we finished our last gig with the immediate family back around the 19th of December, after that gig, I ended up testing positive for COVID. Now, getting your vaccinations does not guarantee you're not going to get sick from this, but I'll tell you, mine manifested itself in about 2 days of a cough, and I was coughing on some earlier videos. And a couple of people said, "Are you okay? You're coughing a bit." I coughed for a couple of days, and as soon as I was diagnosed positive, I isolated myself in my house and kind of just hunkered down and stayed away from people for a week. And at the end of that week, I was retested, and it was still positive, but so low that it almost didn't register. And 2 days later, the doctor said, "You'll be fine by then." And I was tested yesterday and totally clean and clear. At the same time, I have some friends that are in the hospital with severe COVID and pneumonia that are in ICU that did not get vaccinated. And this is really the critical thing about vaccination. They may not survive on this thing, and I'm back out walking the dogs and doing everything I'm doing, and I feel comfortable. And when I go out, I wear a KN95 mask. And if I'm really going to be in a place where there's any stuff to be handled, I carry some surgical gloves with me and throw them on to be safe. And I feel completely safe. I've had several friends die recently that were non-vaccinated, and some others I'm hearing about now that are in other parts of the country that are in pretty dire shape because they've contracted COVID and they did nothing about protecting themselves from it. So this is, I'm just saying this because I think it's important. Like, I'm talking about this firsthand. I'm not talking about this from what I heard from somebody. Had it not been for me being proactive and going and getting myself vaccinated, I might be in the hospital at this point. I might be dead at this point, or suffering long-term, long-haul COVID. You just don't know. But I can't implore you enough to go and get vaccinated if you can at all, and follow through. If you get your vaccines, get the boosters. This is not going away. This is going to be with us for a long time. It will potentially and hopefully diminish in severity as more and more people are protected, and like some of the new variants might be where you can get them easier, but they're not going to be as virulent as the previous ones, and it'll end up being like an annual flu situation. I don't know, but I'm grateful to be sitting here, but I don't know if I'd be sitting here if I had not taken action. So all I'm saying is I just implore you, if you can, make sure you're well, your family's well, your community's well, and let's heal this planet, because this is everywhere. And I'm hearing stories from people all over the world about, things that were doing great and now they're shutting down again because there's so many people are getting sick. But if they're covered, and protected with vaccination and do the right thing with masking and stuff, chances are they will be okay. And certainly the pressure that's under the healthcare system. I mean, like 2 days ago, I think in Los Angeles County, I forget how many, 45,000 cases in one day or something like that. I'm trying to remember. But when I talk to friends that are nurses and doctors, and they say it's just unbelievable the stress that they're under, and other people I know that really are in need of hospitalization for cancer treatment and things like that, are having trouble getting a bed because the beds are all occupied by COVID patients, and most of those people are unvaccinated that are ending up in the hospital. So my heart really goes out to those healthcare people having to be dealing with stuff that really should not have to be dealing with, or at least not in the numbers they're dealing with. I mean, some people are going to have all their stuff and they're going to get sick and they're going to be very sick. But we are an organism, and every organism is slightly different, but the odds are hugely in your favor of being healthy when you're through with this. And I'm hoping I'm done with it. I'm still having to go out and deal with life, so you put yourself in harm's way every time you walk out the door at this point, but you try to do it as smart and as efficiently and as protected as possible. So the only reason I'm saying all this is because I have been through it, and I'm still sitting here because I feel I did the right thing, and I implore you to do it too, so that we can all be sitting here for a long time to come. Okay, so I'm going to get going now, and now I'm going to be, the crazy part of me settles in, and I'm going to be spending the rest of the day cutting back rose bushes. So wish me luck. I'll be back tomorrow, and thank you, Michael McDonald, for just being an amazing, amazing artist and letting me share in your musical journey like that. So take good care, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.